Next, I want to make some journal cards out of paint chips. These are my plans. We'll see what happens. This one's actually not going to be a journal card, I don't think. Well, yeah, it can be a journaling card or it can be a nameplate. I think I'm going to put it in there as a nameplate, I guess. But you can make the same type of thing and make it a journaling card. So let me put these away. We'll get started on them. First one is the seed packet. And I have a variety of paint chips that I have collected over the years of painting. And I can tell that I have rarely painted a room certain colors because I don't have any paint chips in those colors hardly at all. A lot of blues and a lot of greens and a lot of yellows and a lot of white. Let's see, I am going to, oh, I have two of that color. How did that happen? Well, I have two of Uncharted Mariner inks. So I'll have to use one to get all of the ink out of it, and then I can use that for maybe my darker blues. I'll make this one the Uncharted Mariner, and the other one I'll use like for, what are some, like, blueprint vintage, or yeah, blueprint sketch or things like that. That's strange. I don't usually do that. All right, and so this one's simple. I've got a paint chip. I found let's see, I've got a paint chip and I just matched up one of the pieces to it. This is going to be one of the really simple ones. It's just I'm gonna punch a hole in the top and it will be a tag, and then I can back it later with some paper. So I'm not going to back it right now. I just want to go ahead and show you that what you can do with this. And I think I may actually make this one a pocket because that actually has a lot of room there. So that's what I'll do. This one I find kind of funny because my sister-in-law lives in San Antonio, Texas. Normal sized, 1/4 inch sized hole. So I'll just go ahead and punch that so it's ready. And then I need to go around the edges of the paint chip because I've got a lot of white showing that I don't want to show. Now right here, it's got the numbers TT14. I don't mind if that shows because I tend to put numbers on stuff anyway. So I have a number already there. There we go. All right, that's one. Number 2 is again going to be a simple one. This card is Heath Green 2, and I think that these two are just going to stack up on the front of it, and I may add just a little bit of washi tape to go across it. And I think I'm going to go with this little washi here. Just a simple green leafy pattern, and I think it'll go really well with it. It won't add too much bulk. And these journaling cards, I call them journaling cards when I'm making them, but they can also be made into pockets or tuck spots or even clusters themselves. You do not have to just make them journaling cards. It's just easier to say that instead of going through all the different things they could be, instead of just, you know, using it as a decor. So I'm going to go ahead and ink around all of these. Something you should know about paint chips. This is paint. It's paint on this card. So if you add anything to it that would have an effect on real paint, it's going to have that effect on here. See how I moved my card after I had the glue on it? And it kind of discolored the edges a little bit because it's reacting with that paint. So keep that in mind. I kind of like the way that looks. If you don't like the way that looks, then make sure that you're a little bit more careful than I was being. All right, so next we have a little one, or another little one, and this is called Botanical Bath, which I think still works with the colors. And I want to add some of this sari scrap that I have. It's sari ribbon always comes with knots in it, or at least mine has always come with knots in it. And sometimes that can be hard to finagle around. And so I try to just cut those out and then I use them. They make really, really good tags, good little pieces of extra bits when you're making a collage. And so I just like to use them. And I'm going to go ahead and ink these. Put this together. I want this to be at the very back sandwich, and so I'm just going to put a little glob of glue here. I'm not going to worry about the glob showing through the sari because it's going to be covered up with other things. I'm just going to put it right there. It doesn't matter what reaction it has with the paint, it's all good. All right, so there is that. Now I'm just going to layer these other two pieces on top of it. Easy peasy. And there we go. That could be a journaling card, it can be a pocket, it could be a tag. Since we've got this up here, it's already got a pull top on it. Next, I have a bigger journaling card. I have washi tape on the back to remind me to use washi tape on this one, because I had it planned out in my head what I wanted to do. And on these two green ones here, you can tell that the color, the Heath Green and the Botanical Bath, I felt like they both went with the kit colors. This one was Sporty Blue. I didn't think so, so I'm covering it up as well. This one I'm going to use to cover up the... It actually, if I do it like that, I think I catch... Let's see, I think I catch pretty much everything. If I come all the way over to here, I've still got the 55A on there. So I am going to go ahead and ink these up. And the other bunny I used on one of the postcards, I had fussy cut a little bit closer on the white edge. I don't think I'm going to bother with that on this one. I think I'm just going to hit it with some ink. So this is going to be on here, like that. I think I'm actually going to tear this corner off up here so you can see all of that letter number combination. And I am using this instead of glue stick because glue stick does not like to hold on to the paint chips. So we're just going to go ahead and add the Fabri-Tac. There, I like that. Bunny's going to go here. Yes, I think that I was actually going to have him go off the edge right there. And I think I like that one. And I'll just put him right behind the hair. Actually, just going to tone that down just a little bit with that antique linen that I used on the hair himself. I'm going to add a little bit around in here just to tie it together a little bit. And then I'm just going to pop him on there. And this one will be done for now. I do intend to probably come back and check to see if I need to add other things. Like I said, I think I said before, the remainder of these kits that I have not used in these past 2 videos look to be pretty much ephemera, which I'm going to use with other things. So I don't have a problem with leaving it looking maybe a little unfinished, although that could be completely finished. I like it. I like it like that. All right, next we have another paint chip the same size as that one, and it's actually going to be set up pretty close to the same way, but then I have a little bit more I'm going to put on down here, and I'm going to add some lace to the top. All right, so I'm going to glue this. I found out while I was looking for other things that bluebells and these rabbits actually go well together, because another name for bluebells is harebells, H-A-R-E, and I did not know that. So I think it's very fitting that they go together. I think that was just a fun little side note, discovery, new bit of knowledge for me. Did you already know it? It's kind of like a vellum sticker here. It's very sheer. You can see through it, but not like totally see through it. And again, I'm gonna knock some of the shine off of this little bunny. Get him put on there. Now I'm just going to add this bit of lace topper, ribbon trim, some kind of topper up here. And I need to cut that and then I need to seal it. Now I just take a lighter and I'm very, very careful, and I hold it just close enough for it to start to melt, because there's a little polyester in these things, and that actually seals the end. You don't want to get it too close, because then it catches on fire and you've got black on your ribbon. And I do that to the cut end of this one so that as it's in the storage bag, it doesn't get all unraveled and ruined, and all I can use it for is messy thread. Note where this is sitting so that I know exactly where to put my bead of glue. I'm going to be covering up these numbers on this card, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that at all. If I feel like I want to add numbers back in, you know what? I can add, whoa, I don't know where that came from. I hit a speed bump or something. Oh, it covered. Yay, it covered. All right, and I'm going to kind of squeeze it in just a little bit so I can make sure that it's all on the paint chip. And there's that one. I think it's pretty cute. Next is this one, and it was another one where I was trying to figure out what to do with the oval cutouts that we have, because I actually have 3 of them with the oval cutouts in this particular one. I have a tree, and I have 2 picture frames. And I pulled this in because I thought it would work well with it. My colors on this one are all perfect for the theme as well. Got milkweed, pale moss green, and quaking grass. And what I think I am going to do is I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to layer the 2 frames, and this is going to be my Ex Libris card that I put in the front of the journal. And I actually want to add that in there. So I'm going to ink all of these edges that need to be inked, and then basically on this one I'm just stacking them all up. And I think that this one will be a pocket right in the front of the journal, so that I've got the Ex Libris and I have a pocket. All right, and that one is almost done. I will make an Ex Libris to fit inside of there. It may come out the sides like this, and I may have something lacy inside of that circle. Not sure yet. I have a little bit of time. And then this last one is going to be just a little bit different. So I'm going to go through and do my inking and my gluing up to a certain point, and then I will bring you back. All right, so this one has been inked and the pieces have been glued down, and here is the bonus. A few years ago, not this one, I think maybe 2 years ago, because we were at this house, I went out and I got some flowers and dried them, and they just happen to look exactly like that little flower right there. So I am going to add a few of these, and I may add some others throughout the journal, but I want to add these especially to this page because of this one here. This page, this whatever, this card. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue there, and then I'm going to put glue on the leaves or the petals. See if I can get that turned around the way I want it. Just like that. And I will have to come back and seal this. I've done this before with roses and with something else, some other kind of flower, and it has lasted. It has lasted with no issues. I think I'll do this one And I'll put it right here. And I know that these are not bluebells. These actually are violets. But they look so much like that I think it's worth adding them in. And I'm gonna do one more, and I think I'm gonna pick a small one. I think that one will work well right there. I'm gonna put these others back in the jar so they don't get destroyed. Using kit number 2 from Tania at Tatty Treasure. And then I made paint chip tags. This one actually is a pocket. And I did not do anything to the backs of any of them because I don't know yet how I am going to use them in the journal. So I'm not going to show you the backs because there's nothing to see here, folks. Scoot that one over there, and then here's this one. And that is what I have done so far with kit 2 of the Bluebell Woods. This is so beautiful. I love this kit. And I think that I am getting ready to move on to making the actual journal, because now I have a bunch of ephemera and papers I need to work with. So join me next week for that one, and join every day to see what all the makers are making with this Bluebell Woods kit. I will have their links posted below, and along with Tania's and Nanine's Etsy shop links. Thank you for joining me today, and as always, be kind. Bye.